Wrestle Dynasty is coming up January 5th for New Japan's 2 days in the Tokyo Dome. This event will be a collaboration between CMLL, AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor, Stardom, and I've been highly anticipating this since they've announced it. Today I will be going over the Wrestle Dynasty card and predicting who I think will win. The event will be starting off with the International Women's Cup 4-way match between CMLL's Persephone, Stardom's Momo Watanabe, AEW's Willow Nightingale, and Ring of Honor's Women's World Champion Athena. After all 4 of these women had to qualify for this cup, this would be a massive win for any of the 4 of them, and I believe the only 2 of these women that we have seen interact are Willow and Athena in singles competition. I know how Momo Watanabe fights. I haven't seen Persephone in action yet. This will be my first time, and I can't wait for it. I do believe since only one of these women has had championships in all of the brands mentioned, I do feel like Willow Nightingale has the highest chance of winning this match. But I would honestly be glad if any of them win this match. But since it is a 4-way match, I will do my classic 2 predictions. I believe it will either be Willow Nightingale or Athena. The second kickoff match will be for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships between Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes, the Son of Texas, versus House of Tortures, Yoshinobu Kanemaru and Sho. This will be the first time in 6 years that the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships are defended in Japan. We can only hope there's not too many House of Torture antics in this match, as it is the kickoff, so we would hope not too much goes down that way, but I do believe this will be a Sons of Texas retain. I believe the show will start off with the Lucha Gauntlet match. This Lucha Gauntlet will be between New Japan and CMLL talent. There will be up to 8 competitors across New Japan and CMLL. They'll enter the ring at 1-minute intervals. The first pinfall or submission decides the match, and they will not announce the participants until their entrance music plays. Now obviously, since I don't know who the competitors are for this match, I can't exactly predict, but can only make a few assumptions of who might be in this match. And since they haven't been booked elsewhere, this day doesn't seem, I believe Mystico is going to win this match. Just throwing that out there. I don't know who's in the match, but I'll say Mystico's gonna win the match. And I am very much so a fan of the style of Gauntlet where none of the participants are announced until they appear on the show, which I feel like they have this kind of Gauntlet match in Mexico a lot more than anywhere else, and I want to see more of it. But yes, I do believe Mystico's going to win this match due to the fact that he's not been booked elsewhere. Next up we have the New Japan Strong Women's Championship and RPW Undisputed British Women's Championship being defended between Mina Shirakawa and Mercedes Mone. This will be Mercedes' I believe 4th defense of the Strong Women's Championship. And Mina has had a breakout year in the West for sure. There's going to be a whole lot of eyes on this match for sure. The world's going to be watching this match as they have championships from all over the world. This would be the first gold Mina's going for with the New Japan title on it. This would be outside of pure Stardom championships. This would be Mina's first, I believe, in New Japan. Coming off of Mercedes' match with Hazuki and then Chris Statlander at World's End, everybody's going to be watching this match and hoping for the best from Mercedes Mone and Mina Shirakawa. I know what both are doing very well, what both of them are capable of, and they can steal the show if they put everything into it. Next we have for the IWGP Tag Team Championships, Great Khan and X versus the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. Currently, Great Khan does not have a partner as Henare is absent, so he will have a surprise partner. I can only believe it to be Jeff Cobb right now, but the Young Bucks are 7-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, so they are obviously a credible threat to the IWGP Tag Team Championships in New Japan Pro Wrestling. It seems to have set some that they completely skipped the number 1 contendership concept as a whole and status and skip the tournament, so then they're just number 1 contenders, which, I mean, that's what they do. And then whoever wins this will most likely face Hiromu Takahashi and Tetsuya Naito. I would like to see the Young Bucks win this, I'm not gonna lie to you, but depending on who Great Khan's partner is, that might not be the case. I will pick the Young Bucks for my own personal reasons. Next up we have the Never Openweight Championship match between Tomohiro Ishii and whoever wins between Shingo Takagi and Konosuke Takeshita at Wrestle Kingdom. Because Takeshita retained against Powerhouse Hobbs and is still international champion, this will be a double title match. So it will be for the Never Openweight Championship and the AEW International Championship. Could possibly be Shingo Takagi coming off of his first singles match with Takeshita to his 8th singles match with Tomohiro Ishii. This is really just a 3-way of matches everybody would love to see. And with that, I do believe it ends up being Tomohiro Ishii versus Konosuke Takeshita for the Never Openweight and AEW International Championships. And I do believe Takeshita wins this. I do believe Takeshita wins both. Next up we have Yota Tsuji versus Jack Perry. There's no gold on the line here, but if Yota Tsuji is to win the Global Heavyweight Championship on January 4th at Wrestle Kingdom, then this will be an IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship match. Their feud goes all the way back to March when Yota Tsuji won the New Japan Cup, and then Jack Perry emerged as a scapegoat in Japan with the House of Torture, and then he attacked Yota Tsuji at Fighting Spirit Unleashed, and then they had their showcase between Takeshita and Jack Perry against Yota Tsuji and Shingo Takagi. This match is a difficult one for me. I do believe Yota Tsuji wins if he loses at Wrestle Kingdom, but if he wins at Wrestle Kingdom, I don't know. I feel like they actually might put the Global Heavyweight Championship on Jack Perry. And with, I don't know if they want to put Yota Tsuji down like that quick. I do feel like Yota Tsuji wins at Wrestle Kingdom and Wrestle Dynasty. I'm going to pick Yota Tsuji, but I am a big Jack Perry fan, and if he wins, I will be happy either way. Next we have David Finlay versus Brody King. If David Finlay is to retain against Yota Tsuji at Wrestle Kingdom, this will be the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship match. This is another spot my concern lies. If David Finlay is to retain against Yota Tsuji, and Yota Tsuji faces Jack Perry, I believe Jack Perry loses. But if Finlay loses to Yota Tsuji, and he faces Brody King for nothing, I also Brody King wins that. I do feel that whoever doesn't come out with the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Dynasty will lose. Brody King and David Finlay have teamed a few times, if I remember correctly. In like 2022 they teamed in Chicago, so they're not completely unfamiliar with each other. So I would like to see how this goes. David Finlay seems to be able to work with just about any size, style, anything like that. Brody King is a monster and can do more than most monsters can, so this will be a great match. I do think David Finlay comes out on top in this match either way, actually, now that I think of it. Although I would like to see Brody King win in the Tokyo Dome. That would be massive for his career and just a spectacle to see. Next we have Shota Umino versus Claudio Castagnoli. If Shota Umino is to beat Zack Sabre Jr. in the main event of Wrestle Kingdom, this will be an IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match. I don't believe Umino was originally going for Claudio. I believe he would have won Moxley. Yeah, he called out John Moxley after seeing how he won the AEW World Championship. But Moxley is obviously going to send his troops first. But yeah, Claudio brought up a good point in Shota Umino being the first Death Rider when John Moxley took him under his wing. Yeah, I don't think Shota Umino was happy that Mox sent Claudio instead of coming himself. But with or without the championship, they're going to face off. And I do believe Shota Umino comes out with the win here. I do believe he comes out with a win because I do believe that he needs to face John Moxley and beat John Moxley to prove himself as a future ace of this company. We have Zack Sabre Jr. versus Ricochet. If Zack Sabre Jr. retains his championship against Shota Umino at Wrestle Kingdom, this will be an IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match. Now, Zack Sabre Jr. and Ricochet have a record of 4-3, with Zack Sabre Jr. being 1 point up. So this will be the first time they fight in like 7 years or something. They're facing off like 2013 to 2017, and then they completely split sides of the world. Ricochet came to America, Mexico. ZSJ stayed in the UK and Japan and Australia and such. And they both had their own amounts of success individually. I mean, ZSJ with G1 Climax, the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship in the same year. So this will be a really good match. I do believe Zack Sabre Jr. comes out with a win, especially with what Ricochet's been having to deal with as of recent. But if he were to win the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship off of Zack Sabre Jr., or even beat Zack Sabre Jr., I do feel that he would have a new talking point to come back to AEW with, or like winning the Heavyweight Championship. Like, he would lean back for the Hurt Syndicate to to gather around with and accept him for, which in that right I don't believe is happening. I 100% believe Zack Sabre Jr. comes out with a win here. Next we have Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd. This will be Kenny's return to in-ring action, first time in over a year. A power struggle, Omega returned with a message, made it known that he wanted to return to action in New Japan at Wrestle Dynasty. Kenny had Gabe Kidd's name before perfectly, typed it out perfectly, and then in an interview he flubbed his name, which made Gabe Kidd really mad. And they backstage, and Gabe's like, "Oh, you did that on purpose. You were just trying to make something small that was private, public." And then Kenny, Gabe Kidd's like a big old dangerous liability to wrestling, and he needs to be stopped and shut down. So yeah, this match is an interesting way to get like all eyes on Gabriel Kidd and Kenny Omega to return. And the thing is, I don't know who might win this, because I don't see Kenny Omega as someone opposed to giving this rising young star a win. But I do feel like since this is Kenny Omega's return to wrestling, I do feel that Kenny Omega wins, so I'm still going to say Kenny Omega, because he's going to need momentum, as it does seem now after World's End that they are actually going to do the program with Okada, and it's most likely going to be at All In Texas, so he's going to need some big momentum coming into that. So winning the Tokyo Dome would be a good start for that. And that's Wrestle Dynasty. Now that I got both of those out of the way, comment down below all your predictions, every single one of them. Wrestle Kingdom, Wrestle Dynasty, I don't care. All in Texas, let's go. Next Forbidden Door London, we'll do that too. Yep, just all your predictions, throw them in the comments or something. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Do you see me? I need it. My PC, it's chill right now, but do you hear that thing? I need help. Anyways, I believe the next video that's coming out on this channel will be, what's today? Oh yeah, so Fight for the Fallen live. Yeah, Fight for the Fallen live is what I'm doing next. And then you'll find out, I guess. Why do you think I'm going to tell you everything? Get out, go, leave. Get off my video, leave. Get off the video.